son.
Yeah, got the second. I'd imagine it's a header if I was going to hedge my bets. But yeah, great start for them. Just looking down, I think Peterborough against Bradford is a really interesting game.
Poor start for Peterborough.
Really poor start. I think you have to call for calm and you have to expect Darren McAntony to pull a few rabbits out of hats, and they made 3 signings this week. But that said, 18th last season, a really poor season for Darren Ferguson, given his track record against the Bradford team, who have taken to life in League One, no problem at all under Graham Alexander. They're going brilliantly. They've beaten Wickham, they've beaten Luton, 2 very fancied sides already. So despite being away from home, I'd probably fancy them to win again today at London Road.
Well, as you've probably seen on the video printer, Coventry have gone 2-0 up against QPR. Brandon Thomas Asante on target there with the second of the afternoon. We'll go back to Nathan on that one very shortly. But what have you made of the job that Frank Lampard's been doing at the start of this season? Because a difficult end to the campaign for them, but they were on the right end of a thrilling result last weekend.
Yeah, well, I think the hangover that normally persists after a playoff defeat is probably not going to run true at Coventry because of the second half of the season that they had. Yeah, it was the last knock-ins against Sunderland, but I think they could probably reset over the summer, think about all the good in the second half of last season, and they've got a really good squad. Defensively, Bobby Thomas looks like he may be moving on. There's a lot of Premier League interest in him, so that may destable them somewhat. But I think going the other way, Haji Wright already on the score sheet today, Thomas Asante, Efron Mason-Clark, one of those chaps that was plucked from non-league when he went to Peterborough. Obviously, Coventry have given an opportunity in the second tier. He could be a top championship player. So loads of armoury going towards the opposition's goal. And I fancy, given that Frank Lampard got Derby to the playoffs in his first season there, his only season there, Coventry in the playoffs minimum's got to be the target.
Okay, let's get an update on that goal and get more details with Nathan.
Yeah, it's careless and it's sloppy from Queen's Park Rangers' Kieran Morgan. He gave the ball away inside his own half. Coventry shifted it well to Brandon Thomas Asante, who fired high into the top corner. 2 goals in 2 games for him as well. Coventry 2, QPR 0.
Just taking a look at some of your comments on social media. Thank you to everyone who's getting involved. Joe, a Wolves fan, has said, Wolves have started the season exactly as we did last year, and we have been outplayed so far. Really hope we can bring in some more players, as this looks really concerning. Chris Wise is watching Bournemouth versus Wolves. Is it concerning in these early stages from Wolves?
I certainly think there's elements of their performance so far that will be worrying Vitor Pereira, particularly in midfield, because they're using Jean-Rickner Bellegarde as a defensive midfielder. He's right in front of that Wolves back 3, and the midfield of Bournemouth are running all over Wolves. Alex Scott, Marcus Tavernier, who's playing a little higher alongside Evan Nielsen and Tyler Adams. They've got a corner now, Bournemouth, which Sarr, the Wolves goalkeeper, has punched away. They've been great. How many times have we seen Andoni Iraola, Bournemouth team, start with the sort of intensity as they have done today, and they've got their rewards for that. Bournemouth leading Wolves 1-0.
Back to Brentford. How have Aston Villa responded, Andy Stevenson?
Not with much, to tell you the truth, and we've had a few stoppages that have disrupted things. Now listen, Kelly, this is not my specialist area, but I am duty bound to tell you that Claudia Schiffer, the German supermodel, is here this afternoon. We've just seen a shot of her on the TV, and that's because her husband, the filmmaker Matthew Vaughan, has invested in Brentford. I don't know who Chris Sutton's favourite supermodel is, but maybe that's one to throw in later. It's Brentford 1, Aston Villa 0.
Chris pulls some brilliant faces on this programme, but I have never seen you pull a face quite like that.
I've not got a favourite.
No, your wife.
Yeah,
There you go.
she's my favourite supermodel.
Do you want us to move on?
Yeah.
Let's move on. Let's go to Burnley. Sarah Mock-Aarons.
Still 0-0 here between Burnley and Sunderland. Sunderland, though, having the better of the play in the last 5-7 minutes or so, controlling the ball a little bit more, just playing with that Burnley defence, which is depleted from some of those stars that they had last season. Hjalmar Ekdal has been forced into a couple of real key blocks and clearances to try and keep Sunderland out. Simon Adingra, he's doing really well on the left-hand side in terms of stretching this Burnley defence, but as things stand, it is Burnley 0, Sunderland 0.
Burton 1-0 up against Stockport. Grimsby of League 2 1-0 up against Accrington, and there has been a goal at West Bromwich Albion. What a start for Ryan Mason, John Bennett.
His great season continues. West Brom 1, Portsmouth 0. It's Mikey Johnston who Mason recalled today with a shot from outside the box, right-footed. No one charged him down, no one pressed him, so he thought, why not? I'll have an effort, and it flew into the net. West Brom deserve it, although Portsmouth did have one good chance with Bianchini. It's West Brom 1, Portsmouth 0.
To the Highbury Stadium, Nesta McGregor, Fleetwood versus Oldham.